Hey bub, get ready for a 20th anniversary review of X-Men right now. Sorry, I don't have nothing to show off the claws. Sorry. Bad days, entertainment rankings and reviews. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers and true believers out there. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I kind of do apologize since I don't have no actual Wolverine claws. I just wanted to have a little fun with y'all in the little intro, okay? Anyway, this here's your friend Duel, aka the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2000 superhero movie X-Men, which actually turns 20 today, though it would actually be released here completely in the US in a couple more days. But however, that's the day I'm going to be reviewing the next one. It actually premiered in Ellis Island 20 years ago today. So, as Stan Lee would say, enough said. Anyway, this had been, like Spider-Man, X-Men had been in development limbo for some time. Because development began way back in 1984 as Orion Pictures, along with James Cameron and Catherine Bigelow, were in discussions at one point. And unfortunately, that was the same year Cameron had done The Terminator. And then a decade later, Fox brought him out. Yes, this film, which was originally released by 20th Century Fox and directed by Bryan Singer. Yeah. There have been various scripts and film treatments commissioned by several people. And Bryan Singer signed to direct in 1994 with more further rewrites by himself and several others. Apparently, a few X-Men like Beast and Nightcrawler, who would be seen in later movies, were delayed over budget concerns from the studio. Anyway, the film marked the Hollywood debut of Hugh Jackman, a last-second choice for the character of a favorite of possibly everyone, or maybe not, Wolverine. Anyway, the filming took place primarily in Toronto. The film did pretty well, and critics were very positive on this, citing the performances, story, and thematic depth. So anyway, the film has some other pretty good stars. The cast also includes Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier, aka Professor X, Ian McKellan as Eric Lensher, alias Magneto, Halle Berry as Aurora Monroe, alias Storm, Famke Janssen as Jean Grey, and James Marsden as Scott Summers, alias Cyclops. Others in the cast include Bruce Davison as Senator Kelly, Rebecca Romijn Stamos, when she was still nominated at the time, as Raven Darkholme, alias Mystique, Ray Park as Mortimer Toynbee, alias Toad, Tyler Mane as Victor Creed, alias Sabretooth, and Anna Paquin as Marie Dankantal, I think that's how you pronounce it, alias Rogue. Now, there were some other special appearances as well. As I can see, yes. That included Sean Ashmore, appeared in just a small minor role as Bobby Drake, alias Iceman, but we would see more of him in the next one. Okay, but enough. Okay, that about covers it. Let's get to the story. Now, our story starts out in Poland, Nazi-occupied Poland, in 1944. Young Eric Lensher is separated from his parents upon entrance into the Auschwitz, I think that's how you pronounce it, concentration camp. While he attempts to reach them, he causes a set of metal gates to bend toward him. This is the result of a mutant ability to create magnetic fields and control metal manifesting, but he is knocked out by the guards. In the not-too-distant future, U.S. Senator Robert Kelly attempts to pass a Mutant Registration Act in Congress, which would force mutants to reveal their identities and abilities. present are Lyncher, now going by the name Magneto, and his telepathic colleague, Professor Charles Xavier. And Xavier sees Lyncher in attendance and is concerned with how he will respond to the Registration Act. Yeah, after a talk, yes, and he says, "We are the future, Charles, not them." In Mississippi, 17-year-old Marie Dancanto, again, I think that's how you pronounce it, accidentally puts her boyfriend into a coma after she kisses him because her mutant ability absorbs the power and life force of others. She runs away from home and adopts the name Rogue. In Alberta, she meets a mysterious man named Logan, also known as Wolverine, a mutant who possesses superhuman healing abilities and metal claws that protrude from between his knuckles. They are attacked on the road by a mutant called Sabretooth, one of Magneto's minions. But two of Xavier's teachers and his couple of his first students, Cyclops and Storm, arrive and save him. They are brought to Xavier's mansion and school for mutants in Westchester County, New York. So, yeah. Well, apparently Wolverine's awoken and ends up being under medical attention by Dr. Jean Grey, and he manages to escape and tries to escape and hears the voice of Professor X. Yes, so he explains everything that Rogue's here, and that Cyclops and Storm saved his and Rogue's life. Explains about Magneto and the attack from Sabretooth. And then he even hears his voice, even without his lips on, because he's telepathic. He can read others' minds. And that's when, and he's like, "What is this place?" And so Xavier tells Logan that Magneto appears to have taken an interest in him and asks him to stay while his mutants, the children have affectionately called X-Men, investigate the matter. And Rogue enrolls in the school too, where Bobby Drake, alias Iceman's taking an interest in her. And I love it when it kind of creates this little ice rose or something on her desk. It says, "Welcome to Mutant High." Yeah, that's pretty good. This has lots of good moments and what have you. But soon, Senator Kelly is abducted by two more Magneto's minions, Toad and Mystique, and brought to their hideout on the uncharted island of Genosha. So, Magneto uses Kelly as a test subject for a machine powered by his magnetic abilities that generates a field of radiation which induces mutations in normal humans. Kelly later escapes by taking advantage of his newfound mutation. Yeah. But anyway, now everybody knows Toad is kind of strange, but he can jump and he has a long tongue, yeah. And Mystique, of course, you all know, is a shapeshifter. And we all know Sabretooth is a fierce, beastly dude. I mean, unlike what we would see later on in X-Men Origins Wolverine, which, again, I apologize, I'm not reviewing that movie yet. I'm only reviewing the original X-Men series and the prequel series. I am reviewing X-Men Origins Wolverine later on this September for my Super September. Alright? Thanks for your understanding. Back to story. Now, still, Logan's kind of getting caught in a bit of a love triangle with Jean Grey, even though Cyclops is, well, you know the story, okay? Even so, Well, Jean shows off what she can do. Telekinetic and what have you. You know that. You all that jazz. Tries to read his mind. And boy, something strange happens. But anyway. Rogue visits Wolverine during the night while he is having a nightmare after what he had saw. He accidentally stabs her, but she is able to absorb his healing ability to recover. And it's observed by fellow students who arrive to help. Well, wait. Professor X explains what happens. So, later on, Rogue is later convinced by Bobby Drake, who unknown to her is Mystique in disguise. Xavier is upset with her, and she should leave the school. So she does. Well, let me see. Oh, yeah. So, apparently, Wolverine gets a glimpse of a big room with a machine with a helmet, which, of course, that's Cerebro. It's a machine that can be used to help Xavier find all sorts of mutants and what's going on and what have you. It really works well with him, but for the untrained mind, well, you probably know that story too, thank you very much. Anyway, and excuse me, and learns that she's at the train station. The X-Men go to retrieve her. Well, but Wolverine makes a go for it, much to what Professor X insists that it was just the opportunity that Magneto needs. Because he thinks he's what Magneto's after. Which is why Wolverine just asked why he couldn't use Cerebro to find Magneto. He explained he'd been trying, but he has found some sort of way to shield himself from his telepathy. And what have you. Apparently, it's the helmet he has. But anyway, let me see. As Cyclops and Storm are getting ready to leave, Cyclops stops short and is like, "Where's my motorcycle?" Wolverine takes it. Yeah. And he finds a little, I think a switch or something, switch and zoom! And he's enjoying that. He manages to leave right ahead of the two and finds Rogue on a train, convinces her to return to the school. It's like, give these geeks one more chance. Yeah. But before they can make a go for it, Magneto arrives and knocks out Wolverine and subdues Rogue, revealing it was Rogue who he wants rather than Wolverine. But not only, and to make matters worse, Sabretooth and the Toad arrived. Yeah, and Toad takes advantage of taking Cyclops' visor off, and boy, zaps a big hole in the train station's roof with his optic blast, because he can't control his vision, what have you, with his eyes open. That's why he needed that visor. Wow. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Soon, Xavier attempts to stop Magneto by mentally controlling Sabretooth, but is forced to release his hold on Sabretooth when Magneto threatens the police, who have converged on the train station, allowing Magneto and his Brotherhood to escape with Rogue. Well, soon, Senator Kelly, after surviving this, learns he could become like a liquid form or something like that. He arrives at Xavier's school, and Xavier reads his mind to learn about Magneto's machine. Realizing the strain of powering it nearly killed Magneto. Yes. The group deduces he intends to transfer his powers to Rogue and use her to power it at the cost of her life. Kelly's body rejects his mutation and his body dissolves into liquid. Xavier attempts to locate Rogue using Cerebro, but Mystique had sabotaged Cerebro after telling her to leave as being in the form of Bobby. Yeah. And apparently the sabotage incapacitates him, and Professor X falls into a coma. So Jean Grey fixes Cerebro and apparently takes a risk and uses it, learning that Magneto plans to place his mutation-inducing machine on Liberty Island and use it to mutate the world leader's being at a summit on nearby Ellis Island. Alright, now I'm going to get to the last bit of the movie and ending. So you've got 5 seconds to stop the video, go to the description box below, and advance to the time below in order to avoid any spoilers. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen it, so if you have seen it, go on with the review. But if you haven't, here's 5 seconds. Okay, you've been warned. Okay. Well, they had to get everything ready. Cyclops isn't too thrilled with Wolverine going. And so off they go in their vehicle, which I forgot what it was actually known as, but I actually would call it the X-Jet. Unlike what I've seen in the X-Men Legends video game that came out a few years later, which that was more like the Ultimate X-Men comics, you know? So, they take off. Magneto is detecting this after Storm gives him some cover so that way it wouldn't be detected. So, apparently, he has Toad and Mystique get ready for some action. So the X-Men scale the Statue of Liberty, battling and overpowering the Brotherhood. As Wolverine finds himself confronting himself, which ends up turning up being Mystique in disguise, while the others try and take out Toad. Yeah. Boy. The fight with Mystique is absolutely incredible. I like it. Well, and I especially liked it when Storm takes out Toad. It's like, do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. And zap! Yeah, gives Toad his time to fry and ends up in the ocean. Wolverine detects, here's Storm, but he learns that was Mystique in the sky stabs her, and soon they climb up and soon are encountered by Magneto. And is about to transfer his powers to Rogue and activates the mutate machine. Yes. So he uses his magnetic powers to pull beams and pieces of the statue around him, trapping them and what have you. Yeah. And Sabretooth takes Cyclops' visor. And after he tells him what he plans to do, he's off. And when Magneto recently used his powers to aim his claws straight for his chest, Wolverine takes a chance and manages to get out and goes after Sabretooth in a real big battle. Yeah. Manages to get into a predicament, but gets up. Hey, bub, I'm not finished with you yet. And gets him down, and he has a plan. He finds Cyclops' visor. Jean uses her powers, and with a little quick blast, Cyclops' blast fires, and Sabretooth's knocked out. That was close. Now all he had to do was try to get to Magneto, but the rings on the mutate machine were going too fast. But Wolverine says he could distract him and Magneto and get Cyclops to destroy the machine. So goes for it, but just as he's about to go for it, Magneto is giving all his best to stop him. Cyclops soon learns he has a shot, knocks Magneto, and Wolverine blows up the machine. Yeah. Apparently during all the process, part of Rogue's hair goes white. Yeah. He transfers his powers to Rogue. And his healing abilities rejuvenate her while incapacitating himself, Wolverine. Yeah, that's what Wolverine does. And soon Professor X manages to recover. And so did Wolverine, because Wolverine was now in a coma. The group also learns that Mystique somehow escaped the Unbound and is impersonating Senator Kelly. Professor X soon gives Wolverine a lead to his past at an abandoned military installation in Canada, which was at Alkali Lake. So, Rogue manages to talk to him, not wanting to leave, but he promises he'll be back. And yeah, he takes the motorcycle again. In the end, Magneto is now in prison in a complex constructed of plastic and is visited by his old friend Xavier and what have you. And he gives him a warning that he intends to escape one day and continue the fight. That's when the ending goes. You know this plastic prison of theirs can't hold me forever. The war is still coming, and I intend to fight for it. And then Xavier's like, and I will always be there, old friend. That's the end. Okay, so what did I think of X-Men? I like it. While with a runtime of 104 minutes, it's still an amazing experience. I love the performances from everyone. Hugh Jackman especially, he gave an exceptionally good performance as Wolverine. I loved all the other performances. The story was real good. The special effects were good. Let's see, what else was there? Michael Common's score for this was real good. Everything was real good in X-Men. So the question is, would I recommend X-Men? Hell yeah! This is a flick you gotta see. But if you have seen it, good. But anyway, yeah. And this film would go on to have 2 sequels plus spin-offs and, a prequel series, which that's going to be coming up down the road, but the sequels are coming right up. So, what did you think of X-Men? Please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe to my channel as well and be a part of the Big D Nation. Which reminds me, I just learned I'm now at 218 subscribers. Well done, thank you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Join me again next time when I bring to you a review of X2, X-Men United, as it was promoted as. Thanks for watching. Now, if you like this video, you can check out some of these other big superhero movies I've decided to go ahead and show off. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Spider-Man, which will be released 2 years later after X-Men's success. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of Iron Man, one of the first MCU movies I reviewed. Well, the first ever MCU movie that ever came out, of course. And as a bonus, go to the bottom left-hand corner for my review of last year's epic and exciting MCU flick, Avengers Endgame. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe for more. If you would like to see more of these, if you are into reviews, rankings, and all that jazz on movies, music, TV, video games, etc., I'm your guy. So until next time, true believers, I'm the Big D saying Excelsior! Bye now.